Hello, hello. Do you have your water? What am I always preaching? Get your water, get your water. Okay, I'm gonna get started. The reason why I am doing a live, I was gonna upload a regular video, but I finished editing it last night, went to go do some final whatever this morning, and it crashed. And I spent an hour trying to get it done, and it wasn't working. So I think I'm supposed to be looking over there. Let me try and see if I can get chat and all that up. So what I'm going to do is just go through it. Hopefully I can remember what I was saying in my video. It's kind of still going off in my head. So this live is going to be my winter makeup month box. There goes my mirror. It wouldn't be a video unless everything was dropping. So I have all my stuff here and a little mix of everything. It's December, January, and February. So if you are new here, welcome. What this is with Makeup Month is instead of going out subscribing to a bunch of makeup boxes, whatever I want to try, I pick up, I receive in PR. That's what I do. I still thoroughly review it, test it, and just give you guys just like all these reviews kind of all at once. So that's what this is going to be. Usually at this time I'm at the gym. So let's see how I do because I already feel a little tired. I'm going to try my best. Okay, so first I want to start off with the items that was actually given to me. So there's two items here. So the first one is from the brand Goop. If you're around my age group, you know about Goop. Goop is, to my knowledge, still owned, operated by the actress Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, they sent me like an email saying, we have a couple items, what would you like to try? And the reason why I chose this one, this is their Morning Skin Superpowder. It's a dietary supplement. You get 5 packs. Hi, how you doing? And I wanted to try this because it has the ingredient of CoQ10. Now, that is a vitamin here that I've actually already was taken. The one that I only like by this particular brand, very hard to order. I was just a hassle. So I said, let me go ahead and take this. It has that. It has the grapeseed. It has the vitamin C and E. E helps C work its best. So it has a lot of good ingredients basically for that antioxidant skin. Exactly, I love it too. Antioxidant skin protection. And CoQ10 is, I feel it's expensive if you just have that vitamin by itself, that supplement. So I thought that this would be good. The other products I said, well, I already like that in my skincare routine. So they sent this. And what I noticed is from other reviews, I think the brand is only sending the 5-pack. So my first day that I started off with these, again, you get 5-pack, the Goop Skincare. I'll use the Timeless Serum. Oh, I didn't know they had that. I'm going to have to look that up on Amazon. They have this you put in 1 packet in 8 ounces of water. So I tend to drink some of these, or I just put it into, like I have a juice cup. So you take 1 packet, pour it in, and mix it well. So with this, you need to mix it really well. I would make sure the little crumbs, everything was very much mixed well. Now, it states on Sephora, I don't remember if I mentioned that, Goop is now sold on Sephora, the actual skincare brand in the products. On Sephora, it states like, oh, it's going to be a burst of citrus, and, you know, it sounds like it's very much relating to our senses, tastes good, and so forth. First day, I tried it. It didn't taste like that burst of citrus. It was, to me, I thought it was bitter. So I recommend either pour it with, you know, ice cubes inside or use cold water. I drink my water room temp, but I think that was probably the reason why. But I drank it all. First day, my concern was how my body was going to take it. Was I going to have some sort of reaction to it? Was I going to be pooping all day? You don't know because, you know, it's a supplement. So I was fine, and I was fine all 5 days. So everything was fine. I used all my existing skincare products, my supplements, everything was fine for a solid 5 days. The thing with, okay, here's the problem I have with it. The 30-day supply on the Sephora site is $60. Now for 30 packs, $60, I feel that's a lot of money. I hope I'm looking in the right spot because, again, I'm not used to doing live. Can someone leave a comment? If I'm looking right there, can you see my eyeballs, or should I be looking right here? I think I should be looking here. I'm going to look right here. Okay, $60 is a lot of money. So I feel that the brand should have sent, you see them? Okay, the brand should have sent the 60 packs. No, the 30-day supply, excuse me. It's $60 for a 30-day supply because a month is enough time. Well, actually, I would give it 2 months. At least you have that midpoint to actually look and be like, oh, okay, is this working? Is it my skin? You know, what's going on? Because in my case, taking this, you know, getting this from the brand, I am what you would consider that potential customer of, well, I already have a solid skincare routine. I already also do these other external factors like my gym workouts, drinking a lot of water, you know, all my antioxidants, all these other factors that I already do in place to have that radiant, dewy skin. Is it what I'm already doing? Is that fine? Or is this really helping? So for me, what I prefer to do is I would go look up more reviews. I would try to watch as much as possible, and hopefully from others that don't really have those other factors going on. So maybe they say, oh, I don't do this. I don't work out. I do this, I do that. And then 30 days later or whatnot, they say, wow, you know, I see a difference in my skin. I feel that that's really the only way to find out, because to pinpoint if this is actually what is working, I find it's difficult, A, to do it with only 5. There's no way you can do that with only 5 days worth. But also with a 30-day, it's difficult for me to see. So I tried it. It's not something that I'm going to recommend. I'm not going to go spend the $30. I'm just going to, the 30 packets. I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, continue what I'm doing. But if the brand watches this, and I mean, I assume they will because, you know, they reached out. That's what I would have recommended you did, is you send the 30-day supply so that way you get an accurate review. Well, an accurate review from me. So at least, you know, I tried it and it's fine. I didn't have any body reactions. Okay, the second product I got was from Caudalíe. I hope that makes sense. I thought I said it better in the other video, the one I edited. But again, I hope it makes sense. Again, trying to save money. So let me go back on that. Okay, Caudalíe is the second item that I received from the brand. And this is their Vinosculpt Lift and Firm Body Cream. So this is a big old tub here. And this was, first off, a treat because I use Caudalíe already. I am a heavy user and a believer in their Vino line. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad it makes sense. I'm a believer in their Vino line. Their products in the Vino line is, we're talking like a bucket of water just went into your face. So when I got this, I'm kind of thinking, is it the same stuff, same experience, except it's going to be for your body? So on the actual packaging, it states, or the box, excuse me, it's pinpointing into what they call those zones. So it wants to firm and lift, you know, your arms, your chest, your butt, your boobs and all that, your thighs. And it doesn't state anything about cellulite on here, which is hereditary, but it's one of those types of creams. Now, I am not one to care about that. You know, growing up, I just use my lotion, whatnot. I am cheating again on my Nivea lotion, but trying this again, I opened it up, big, huge tub, and I have already been just fallen in love with this. This is like the Vino skincare in a tub. It just melts into the skin. And it has a very slight fragrance to it. I think it's that whole grapefruit, that seed that they have in there. It feels very like fancy, you know, but my skin is not slipping. And I've had these times where I wake up in the morning, I'm like, my skin still feels hydrated. Like I go take a shower, because I take a shower morning and night. My skin still feels hydrated after the shower. I'm like, this is hydration. So I would expect nothing else from the Vino line. So on Sephora's website, this big tub is $45. I feel, again, because I'm a heavy user of the Vino line, once I'm done with this tub, and I will be done with it, I'm going to purchase it on my own. So I'm glad that I would never have come across this if they have not sent this to me. The whole lifting in the firm, I'm really not kind of paid attention to that, because again, I'm working out. Is it, you know how hard it is to be trying to pinpoint. Is it really lifting because of that cream, or is it lifting because I did 2 extra miles, you know, running or whatnot? So I don't get caught up in all that. I go more so with how is it hydrating my skin? How does it make me feel? No real heavy scent and a lot of hydration. So for me, that's worth it. $45. I will be buying another tub of that. Okay, done with that. Now we're going to move into what I picked out. And in my other video that I edited, you know, I kind of put it on at the same time, and then I put other makeup on. So I'm just going to be, I only have time to put on the makeup that I actually bought. So otherwise I'd be looking a lot better than I probably will at the end of this video. Now the first thing I picked out is from NYX. This is their Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly Primer. So there you go. I think I saved the packaging too. I wanted to kind of give you a little bit more information as we go. So on the box it states infused with aloe and cucumber, lightweight, bouncy, water-based jelly primer, moisturizes and preps your complexion for a fresh start. Boop. Now there you go. I have put quite a bit of a dent in there. Oh, I've already had a dent in here, and I mean just that whole jelly. I loved Jell-O growing up as a kid. I don't know about you, but Mom would make that, and I'd be gone that night. Sneak it in. I love it. This, oh, I take a little spatula. You can take a little, you know, whatever you got. Look at that. Jell-O. Jell-O. I don't remember what the tune is. I can't think that far back. How does it compare to the Milk Primer? I'm going to be talking exactly about that. What I like about this, I take that huge amount, and I mean I just put it everywhere. And what I notice with this primer is I feel I don't have to wait. Like, you know, with the Hydro Grip, you have to wait a little bit for it to, you know, kind of stick and do its thing. And if you go in too soon, you can see your foundation kind of balling up. I've seen that before. But if you wait a little bit, it doesn't do that. With this, you just go right in. And I mean, I just kind of smear it like that, and then I will take, you know, whatever, puff, beauty blender, and press it in further. And then that's it. You can just go in with your products. I have used this primer as my last step after sunscreen. Put it on, go right out the door. I will just use it as, you know, a moisturizer too. It is extremely hydrating. So dehydrated skin, dry skin users, you'll love this. Oily combination and so forth, you know, if you don't like that jelly texture to begin with, you probably won't, you know, like it. Us do witches, we live for that. Love it. Still using my Blendiful here. I have had no issues. Washed it, hasn't torn. Wanted to show that in this video too, because I still get the little comments, you being all mean to Tati, la la la, that. Nope, still using it. I paid for it, still gonna use it. So I recommend this, love it. Again, you can just go right in, which is what, oh, that's the cream that I use, your Retin-A. Now your skin is, normal, because it's regulating everything, getting it just balanced. So now I can go in with my foundation. Now I did pick out the NYX, okay, we're staying on the NYX train, the NYX Born to Glow Radiant, Naturally Radiant Foundation, and then the Naturally Radiant Matching Concealer. Now I only got this because I noticed that this foundation and or concealer was on a lot of people's best of 2019 videos. So I was like, okay, I love those videos, best of whatever, because that shows me what seems to be the most popular items, but I might want to try those in the next year. So I noticed this, so I picked it out. For foundation, my shade, yes, those videos are great. My shade is Nutmeg, and then in the concealer, my shade is Mahogany. So I usually just work off my plate. I don't have to mix it with anything. It works great. And then the concealer, what I've noticed is this concealer has that sponge tip on it, like a Maybelline Age Rewind. This is a good color for me as well. I noticed that with the concealer, it is, what's the word? It's radiant, it's dewy, but it doesn't offer enough coverage. The coverage I'm looking for. Now I don't paint it on. I don't do all that mess like a lot of people do. I don't, that's just my preference, my style, my aesthetic. I don't do it like that. And even though I don't do that, I still want a little bit more coverage, and I don't see that. And that's what you're going to notice when you're using radiant foundations or radiant concealers, is that the coverage, oh, that's actually a good video to do, is the comparison between that. Have you checked YouTube to see if actually there is already that? The comparison between E.L.F. and the Born to Glow. I'm guessing E.L.F. is going to have a little bit more extra coverage. When I go in with the foundation, right, with this type of puff, it gives a little bit more coverage when I actually go in directly. Just a little bit, I've noticed. And you can build up just like a little bit. Just a little bit. I would assume the E.L.F. would give you a little bit more coverage, to be honest. That one is still like the regular camo. Concealer is just, a little bit hydrating. I would think it gives a little bit more coverage, to be honest. And I just love, the color is just right there. And just smooths out. I've used it with fingers, a sponge, brush, you name it. It just goes right into the skin. I really like it. It's also a good foundation to mix in with maybe a drier type foundation, like a matte or so forth. I put way too much on my plate. I use a lot less than that. But I mean, it's just, especially with that jelly primer, it just plumps the skin. I think it does a really good job. So I can see why this was on a lot of YouTubers. The reviews I saw was on their favorites list. So you can build it up just a little bit, like I was mentioning before, but I don't wear too much foundation. I just focus more so in the region right here. I don't know if you notice, I don't put my foundation right here. There's little extra things I do, but I love this foundation. This foundation is perfect, especially as we're going more into the hotter season where I live. This is going to be what I'm going to be rocking a lot of. Now, staying on the concealer, so forth, kick here, dewy. Looks so good in this mirror. I did pick out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. Now, I have two shades. I have dark 170, dark ones, yes, very natural, dark 175. The quiz online has me at 175, but when these came to Ulta, 170 I feel is the best match for me. But what I like, I thought it was going to be that big doe foot. What I thought with this concealer, this is 170. I thought that it was going to be a lot more creamier than what it says. When I hear creamy, radiant, sort of hyaluronic, I expect it to be feeling very, very wet. I actually mixed these two shades together, to be honest, and a little bit more so of 170. And then, just so that you can see, and I did in my other video, is I just go like this with the NYX, and then boom, I blend them all together. So I thought that this foundation was, concealer by Pretty Fresh, the ColourPop, was going to be just a lot more, like I said, creamier, a lot more coverage. I don't recall if it was supposed to be full. Just, I don't know why I thought it was just going to be different than what it turned out to be, to be honest. I also noticed I have to work one eye at a time. I tried doing it with both eyes underneath, and the other eye, as it's starting to dry, get acclimated to the skin, it's just not blending out right. So I feel that, again, here we go. It's creamy, but it's drying too fast. You know, it's contradicting itself right there. So it's another formula that I wish it was giving me a lot more coverage than what it's also doing. So that's another thing. For something that is going to be, you know, creamy and fuller coverage, that's what I expected. So it's still just that, what I would say, a complete light coverage concealer creeping into medium. And I'm more of a medium. I like that happy medium type of a coverage. And again, working one eye at a time. I still use the same wand for both sides. I don't dip back into the concealer. So I'll use it up, but my preference is, no, I prefer the Forever Puffs. I'm just using the Blendiful a little bit more in the, what I said, like the clip-in videos, when I film the videos and edit them. I'm trying to, I mean, well, you know, I paid for it, but I'm trying to also show and give it that, you know, time that I, you know, I feel it deserves. Because, I mean, to this day, I get those, I'm getting emails, I'm still getting comments, the spam, I just delete them. Like, I am being so mean to her, I'm being this and that and the other, and I'm not. It's just, you know, it's my review, it's my experience. I feel that people overlooked that part in the video where I said that. So, you know, it's my experience, it's how I feel. This hasn't fallen apart. Like, and they can be. I mean, you know, it doesn't bother me. I'm just saying, I'm in a sense also kind of curious, when is it going to fall apart? Mine is not, you know, breaking and splitting and all that. But I'm just, you know, I'm curious. But no, the Forever Puff, they last forever. They last years and years and years. As you saw in that video, so I can still see this peeking through. So yeah, I need a little bit more coverage, but I ain't gonna do it right now. You can only see a little bit of wear and tear in the Forever Puffs, but I've had that since what, 2014, I think, when I picked that out, 2014, 2013. And I mean, it's worth the price. So there you go. But no, I mean, I paid for it. I'm going to use it. But no, I definitely prefer Forever Puff. Okay, so I like it. I like the mixed together, the color shade that this all makes. I like it, so now I can use it up. But is this something that I would repurchase? No. I prefer ColourPop's No Filter. Where is it? Where are you? I'm almost done with it too. This gives you the coverage. This is the exact color of my skin. Under the eyes, I can spot conceal with it. I can actually do it right now. I'll show you a little bit. Chop, chop, chop. And it is just, it's amazing. I absolutely love their no filter concealer. Absolutely can't stand their no filter foundation. But the no filter concealer is where it's at. So, you know, every brand has their goods and their bads. So, there you go. Love it. Okay. So, at least I tried it. Oh, you need to try the concealer, the no filter. And it's mixed reviews. I think some people like it. Some people hate it. I'm actually not going to throw that on the floor because I watch I get a stain. Right? Love it. And I'm forever spraying. So you guys want to know the secret to the complexion? I'm constantly spraying in between layers. That's why. That's how I do it. Okay, next up. What's the next product? Oh, I don't have a new contour product, so I'm going to do something real quick, real fast. So you can ask questions or whatnot while I do this real quick. This is, what is this? Cream Shop. Just real fast. So you can ask questions if you like. Just a little bit of light contour. Just a tiny. Little dab of do ya. I do have a new bronzer. What contour is that? This is by the Cream Shop. It's a Korean brand. 123 Smile. This is their contour palette. And it is absolutely fabulous. I love cream. So you have dark. This is the shade medium. This is their medium. So they did a good job. This is the deepest one, and then this is the middle, and then this is the concealer. I usually use this one for the nose because this one, I love it for contour. I can just kind of go, you know, back and forth. And then this is my color for concealer. Love it. Love that palette. And the Cream Shop is now at, well, it's at my local CVS because CVS is expanding. See, this is what I do on this region here. I don't put no foundation. I don't do any of that mess there. I just lightly do my little contour. Isn't that good for, right? Korea, you know, they figure, they're like, oh my God, there's actually people that exist in the world. Yes, they did a good job here. I really enjoy Cream Shop. I have their their bronzer, and I have their blush as well. I have their highlighter, right? I have their highlighter, and I have their cream highlighter and a cream blush, excuse me. And then I have their powders as well. I really like it. I like it. I think they did a good job. And then, like I said, for the middle, I'm just doing a light contour. That's it. The middle is one I use for my nose, that one here. And we're just going to do a little bit because I always got to do the nose. I come from the land. I grew up with contouring and all that mess. I mean, it's something I always got to do. I love it. Everyone has their weakness, right? Now, with the foundation, I sometimes set it, sometimes I don't. I'm showing that a little bit. Just depends. Because I like to look greasy. Don't matter to me. So sometimes I'll set it, sometimes I won't. I'll set just a tiny bit. This is the Cream Shop's loose powder too. I like to look nice and greasy. It's a compliment to me. Walking thunderstorm. I have to look it. I don't care. That's my do. It all blends in well. So this is the Cream Shop's loose powder. Yeah, dew witches are not greasy. Exactly. We glow. Translucent. completely translucent, and just dab just a tiny bit. I mean, I'm barely kind of tapping my skin, like I say, a little nice and greasy. The greasier, the better. And the greasier you look, people leave you alone. They be like, oh, she look like she need to go take a shower. Like, leave me be. Leave me be. Leave me be. Leave me alone. Only you knew. It's just the do. Who remembers this? If Too Faced do not bring this back, boy, when this came out, I had no idea how good this was going to be. I should have bottom up, but I didn't. Yep, it's more, exactly. It looks more youthful. My poison will be, you mess with me, I'm going to make you look all nice and wet. I'm going to go after our matte sisters and brothers. You're over there looking 100 years old. Gotta look fresh and new. They're screaming, don't spray me. I said, what you say? What you say? What you say to me? I see this dripping wet beauty blender. Come here. Get out my little broom. They need to bring this back in some way, shape, or form. Love this powder. I take the smallest brush. This is a brush by Stila I've had since the beginning of time. My mentor had given it to me, so I can never get rid of it. I'm very sentimental in that way. Oh, she was so good to me. Okay, so that's it. That's usually what I do. No creasing, no nothing. Exactly. Beautiful finish. Done. So, bronzer. I have 2 new products. I have a bronzer and a new blush. And I picked them out from E.L.F. because this is another product. Get a lot of buzz here on YouTube. And I noticed that the shades are different. Now, they're different to me. And so the bronzer is the Constantly Bronzed. The blush is Always Spicy. So this is the primer infused formula. So this is the bronzer and the blush. Now, when I ordered this off of Ulta, that's where I got it from. Oh, this is the bronzer. Wait, which one is the bronzer? This one's the bronzer. It's funny, as I go across the street and I go into Target, and Target had the entire line in there. So I was like, oh, at least I can see it in person, the color. But I just waited till I got to the house. Now the bronzer is a color shade, first, I do not have in my collection. This one has a lot, it has like peach in it. It has a touch of peach. It's a very peach-based bronzer. And I'm like, I don't know if this, I don't know how I feel about this. I just take my big brush. This is the one I've been using. And I'm like, I'm going to be like, turn on light. Even though it's a shade I don't have in my collection, I just don't know how I feel about it. I love peach, eyeshadow, lipstick. It's my actual second favorite lipstick besides red. But I feel that this shade, even though it's marketed to deeper skin tones, I feel that it's best on skin tones that are much lighter than me. That's just my opinion. So the more I look at it and play with it, the more that I feel that it's best suited for that. It gives that subtle, so I still have some on my hand. It gives that subtle like look, that sun-kissed look, but it's all matte too. But again, if I wanted to get like a subtle type of a bronzer, something that's giving me more of a natural appearance on my skin, I have my Marc Jacobs one, that Tantalize or whatever that color is. Cappuccino's Peachy on You. See, that's just, I don't really have a peach one. I tend to go for more of the browns, and I go for the red-based ones. So, exactly. Now, then I thought, well, I could probably use it as a blush. But then, come on, Crystal. Ooh, the magic ball. Magic ball for us witches. The blush, the spicy, when I started to wear this, when I started to wear this color, I said, this one is what I like. This blush, the spicy, could go as that red base bronzer too. But I would actually just reserve this as an actual, forgot to be looking that way, as an actual blush. So this is what I like as a blush. But I can use it, you know, in a pinch, like that toasted look like from Benefit. So that is what I'm going to do. In the video that I edited, I was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, should I keep this? And then I answered my own question when I went to this color. I said, you know what? I like this better. I like this always spicy. This is a beautiful color, and you can build it up too. How long is this live? Ooh, 35 minutes. That's not too bad. So I really like this. I really like this, and I can build it with my other blush that I'm always, yes, it sure is, blush that I use from CoverGirl. There's a lot of kick up from this, which I don't mind, but there is a lot of kick up. And it just, oh, it blends good. So see, another product, I saw the bronzer more so than the blush in people's best of 2019 videos. And so I can see why they like the blush or the bronzer. If they had a deeper bronzer, maybe, but I'm fine with the blush. I'm fine with the blush. And then I always drape mine up here. I do my blush draping because it's my Grace Jones. I'll never get rid of, never, ever, ever get rid of that feeling. My Grace Jones look. Whatever's kind of left here, you know, I kind of put it all over and stuff. You do what you want to do, put it where you want to put it. So I do like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking the see, I keep calling it blush. I'm taking the bronzer back, and I'm going to keep always toasty, or constantly toasty. Yep, always spicy, excuse me. I called it toast. Okay, so that's that. Then for highlighter, I do, oh no, I forgot. I did this in the other video too. I do have a cream, and I wanted to put it on too to show you. Isn't it beautiful? I have from Honest Beauty, I have the cream cheek blush, and this is in the shade Plum Berries. This is another product that got a lot of buzz too on YouTube. Look at that color. Is it going to focus? Just beautiful. Max Copper Tone. Oh, that's true. I remember Copper Tone. This blush, the cream, the feedback, yes, cream products, way to go. Just melts into the skin. And with your skin, how it accepts it in your own natural body heat, just blends it out. It's perfect. Now, this comes in, I think, 3 shades. There's an orange one that's like a coral color. There's a pink, which I feel is much too light. It has that fuchsia color, which I'm not drawn to. And then the plum berry. So I do love this plum berry. They have this at Target's website is, I feel, the best price to get it too, especially if you use your card. You know, you get the 5% savings, I believe. And then they have this on Amazon. So either one of those I feel is the best retailer, because I haven't been able to find this in any like Target stores. But it works really good for a strong concentration if you want to just put it right onto your cheekbones with your fingers, kind of like a ColourPop Super Shock. You can do it like that. You can use the silly sponge, a beauty blender, the puff. I don't like to use this particular puff with like any of that. So what I do is I take a synthetic brush. This just happens to be Japanese. And this one has worked really well with this formula. Mine, you know, it's a little dirty on the side. I just go right in, just go dip. There's a little bit of a hair. And then I just kind of do the whole drape again with it. And see how that just went boom? Like, did you see that plum? Gorgeous. It has this light scent to it, just very like skincare. Oh, the sheen. Hocus pocus, baby. Calling the Dew Witch sisters. Look at that. You get that sheen on top of a powder too, mind you. It goes in with whatever is there. It's not disturbing nothing. This formula is just, It reminds me very much of the cream formula from NARS. Montenegro was my color. I still have Montenegro. The cream of a NARS single pan blush. There was nothing else I thought in this world would match that. This is reminding me very much of this. So just go and see. Yep, just go to town. This brush for some reason is shedding a lot. You know why it's shedding? Because this is live. That's why it's shedding. It was not shedding, but it just waits until I'm live, knows that I can't edit, and it decides to get all over the place. Isn't that beautiful? Everything acting up on a live, because it never, ever, it was not doing this before. That's okay. We're going to roll with it. Look at that. I thought, well, should I try the orange? No. I think the other colors are going to be best suited for fair skin. And then they made one for us to join the club. You can't handle that. And y'all can't handle this. You can't handle it. I have to keep this. Let's go right here in this drawer, right here. Ain't going nowhere. This is perfect. Perfect. You get that natural sheen too. You can wear it by itself too. You can wear it as lipstick. You can probably smear it on your eyelids too. See how I have my little oily eyelids? You can just, done, out the door. Love it. It's an excellent formula. I'll have a talk with you afterwards, acting up on this live now. So I wanted to make sure I put that on so you can see how well it works with the powders and so forth underneath. Then we can go to the highlighter. This one I got in December. Yes, wearing blush is perfect. So this is the Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze. It's in the shade Jet Girl. So there's two shades. There is like a pink one that I feel is much too icy pink for me. And then this Jet Girl. Jet Girl this is the, I believe, the holiday. Still marked down for like, I think $25, I believe, on Sephora's website. Jet Girl is it's a rose gold is what it's marketed, but this is straight up turns peach on me. And it's a shade other than Champagne Pop that I don't have in my collection. It's a peach sunrise color, and I don't have anything like that. So I was so happy when this arrived. And like I said, it's still on Sephora's sale section. I checked the other day when I linked the in the info box. Can you see that? Look at that. And I mean this color. I'm impressed with the bronzer. I'm impressed with the highlighter. This goes on, giant compact. You can use a pinpoint brush, which is what I'm going to do. There's not a lot of kick up, which I don't care about, but I know some people do. There's no shimmer. There's no chunks. There's well, like, think of the word glazed. Like the Marc Jacobs glaze. It's like a glazed donut. Look at that. Beautiful. You can just pinpoint it where you want, and then it just blends right into the skin. I really like this formula. And that highlighter, giant compact, that's going to last a long time. Just beautiful. You on a low buy. Have you noticed I don't do those videos? Low buy, high buy, all this mess. You notice I don't do those? The minute I want to talk about that, oh, I'm not doing this. Guess what I'm going to want? I'm going to want it. And then I'm going to break. Now I'm going to break it. I'm going to need to come back on and be like, oh, I'm going to have to retract. There will be way too many retracting videos, and I ain't got time for that. So what I do is I just make that conscious decision. I constantly declutter. It's gifted. Oh, this one, this brush, I'll tell you what it is when I'm done. I think this is on sale too. It's one of the sale brushes on Sephora. It's a pinpoint brush. Pinpoint brush. And then I decide, okay, am I going to review about it? Am I going to, use it in Makeup Month box, whatever. This is Pro Contour Highlight. Get it together. Number 80. And it's on sale. A lot of these brushes, like this fan brush too, they're on sale. You don't have to wet your brush if you don't want to. I'm just kind of want to show you because I notice a lot of people still do this. If you want that intense shine, look at that. It doesn't emphasize anything on my face. Now, I also have smooth textured skin, so I don't have really those issues. But even if I did, I don't care. See, in a live, you get to know a little bit of my personality. I don't care. You want to look, you can look, right? I mean, I have pores too, right here, but I don't care. What makes me happy, I'm doing. I really do like this one. Get it now while it's still available and on sale. What is a MAC spray? Fix Plus. Fix Plus. Can't be without it. Use it every day. I do have something else that is similar to the MAC Fix Plus that I've been using too, so I will show you at the end. And, if that's more so in your budget. Okay, so that brush I said, and then this is the Fan Detail 62. So if you want it, those are on sale at, what did I say, Sephora. Okay, brows. Moving on to brows. I have Benefit's Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I actually should have talked about this at the beginning. Benefit sent me, it was in, I think, late December, early January. They sent me like a small box with some products in it. Thank God. The brow pencil, number 6. This reminds me of the ABH's Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. So this was my opportunity to try it. Been using it ever since. As I've stated in other videos, when it comes to brow products, I have switched from ABH to Benefit. Their products work for me and I love it. I love how precise their pencils are. So for the Goof Proof, this, even though it's slanted, and then the formula, very similar to Anastasia Beverly Hills, except the tip is just sharper. I mean, I've already did my brows, but you can get that sharp point. You can just get it really sharp. You can take your brush and carve out a brow. You can use your spoolie, which has not snapped off. That's the main thing I have with ABHs is they snap off. And you can comb through your brows. I love their pencils. Absolutely adore them. So I do like the Goof Proof. And I'm happy that they did send this to me because I haven't tried it yet. Yep, love it. Precisely favorite. Precisely my favorite. Precisely my, what is it called? Precisely my Benefit brow pencil, something like that. Precisely, number 6. Love it. So I do enjoy that. And then the second one, brow product, I picked this out, and this is before I tossed all my brow stuff, and I'm only sticking with what I like. I had that in a empties video. This I want to try out because of Emily Noel. Emily Noel loves this brow product. It's from Almay Brow Styler. I wear the shade Deep Brown. It also comes in clear if you want it, and then depending on the color is the actual color of the packaging. This is the smallest, tiny little brush. I like how the product is not goop at the top, and it doesn't goop on the brush. So just as she said, you take the brush out, it has just the right amount of product. I have no idea how they have it. It's like a little man's in there going, let me clean this up, let me clean it up before it comes out. Comes out absolutely perfect. I haven't put on any of the gel yet. So you can just brush it into your brows. So you can use it, what I've noticed is, especially for early morning baseball practice, I'm not over here trying to do nothing strong. You can actually get color onto your skin. And it works with, and then it holds all day long. Miss Emily was right, but isn't she? She usually is. She's the first person I ever watched on YouTube. I should do these lives more often because you'd be learning a lot more about me, huh? I know. Usually not over here checking for Almay. It's just not goopy. That's what I like about it. This is just absolutely fantastic. I just like it how, you know what this reminds me of? It's like Benefit's Gimme Brow, but it's better because you have a smaller brush to control and manage. So it does exactly like Gimme Brow. Here is now a product that is an actual rival to Gimme Brow because I use Gimme Brow too. I used it mainly during the summer, real fast, quick, baseball, all that mess. Gotta hurry up and do something to the brows, don't have time, can't look, boom, put it on. This is exactly like the Gimme Brow, but it's better. And of course, it's also a lot more affordable. So I really do like that. And thank you, Miss Emily, for the recommendation. So she really likes that. So I like that. And I will continue to pick that out. I've used a lot of other brow gels. I won't buy them anymore. Done with them. That one is one I choose to pick. CoverGirl. You'll love it. And again, it comes in clear. So if you just want clear, you don't want to mess with color, just use that. So CoverGirl's next. This is their lid lock. This is an eyeshadow palette. I was so surprised. I got a box from them around the holidays and so forth, or it might have been before. It took me that long. And it was their brow products inside, and I just didn't think anything of it. I thought this was like for the brows too. I know, curly brows, just out of control. They have a mind of their own. But it's for the eyeshadow. It's an eyeshadow primer. So I had it in my little drawer here. I'm like, okay, I'll get to it one day. I should have got to this quicker. This eyeshadow primer is not joking. Here's another product. Oh, CoverGirl's now cruelty-free. I think it's vegan. I think. Don't quote me on that. But I know they're cruelty-free now. So here's now a drugstore eyeshadow primer that I feel is fantastic from the drugstore. This is the one I would say go pick out. So I'm not putting it on yet until I get ready with the eyeshadow because there's a reason. This eyeshadow primer is not joking. It is a wand formula, or applicator, excuse me. And you put it on. You need to do one eye at a time. One eye at a time because it will, the minute it adheres to the skin, it is drying. It says, hurry up, hurry up. You only got a minute. You better hurry up. Because once I'm locked, I am locked and it stays put. You have oily eyelids like I do. No, nothing is breaking through. So it dries up the oil and it's just like flat. I love it. The only thing is I wish I had opened it up much sooner than it took my butt to get to open it up. But I'm here now and I'm here to stay. I would go repurchase this once I'm done with this. This is fabulous. From the drugstore. Very happy to see that. I'm happy to see that because we have these alternatives now to the higher priced, more popular versions. So I'm not going to put it on yet because I'm going to talk about the, oh no, I have a couple brushes, brush sets I want to talk to you about, and then we'll go eyeshadow. I left the eyeshadow palette for last since I'm just going to be blending it out real quick. So I have a couple brushes I want to talk about that were new. I picked out this new one from, well, it's new to me. Zoeva is at Ulta now, mainly Ulta online. So I picked out this brush here, number 227. This is their Soft Definer eyeshadow brush. This looks like a MAC where you at? 217? Kind of reminds me of that tapered shape, little bit more skinnier, a little bit taller, but it does the same trick. And their brushes are $12. Like this brush is $12. So I thought, okay, let me go ahead and try it. And it works good. Synthetic hairs. You can use these for ColourPop Super Shock products as well. And it just goes in right into my crease. I need smaller type brushes like this because I have hooded eyes. Goes in and it blends well. So I'm very happy with that, Zoeva. And then I have two eyeshadow brush sets I want to talk about. So I picked out ColourPop's. This is their Ultimate Brush Roll. I recommend it at the full price. I don't even recommend it at the sale price. You already know my feelings. I like the container. I like how you can, you know, kind of roll it up like that. And you have all of the brushes like so in a little brush roll. Nice brush roll. I have to admit that. Very nice. When it came, I had to let it air out for a day, but it's fine. So you have all these type of brushes here, synthetic hairs. Oops, I think I'm messing up the microphone. I apologize for that. And you have a lot of different eyeshadow shades, brushes right here. I use this one here that's for the eyebrows. I use that as a lip brush. So all different sizes here. What I wanted to use this set for is when I'm doing like my clips and filming and stuff, I'm like, oh, I need a brush. Oh, I need a brush. Oh, this one's dirty. Oh, this did clean it. It's all over the place, right? And so I said, let me just have a designated set only for when I'm doing my clips, doing the video. So it's right here. They're only being used for that. And when I'm testing makeup out, the brushes are right there and I ain't got to go all over the place. So that's why I got this. And then it went on sale. So at the sale price, I said, okay, I'll go ahead and get it. But no, some of the hairs are already starting to fray. As you can see, these are clean, but the makeup is stained. This is not heavy duty makeup that I'm using, but the quality I feel is just not there with this brush set. If I could return this, I would have already, they're synthetic hairs. I would have already returned it if I could, if I complain and all that. But I said, oh, forget it. I'll just use them as when I'm playing around, when I'm practicing, when I'm, my ColourPop, my Super Shocks, I'll use it for that. Now, if they continue to start to deteriorate and hairs are falling out like it already is, then I'm just going to donate it to my friend. I think she has a little daughter, she can play with it. Then I don't mind. But the brushes from ColourPop that are wonderful, that work with high-end palettes, drugstore palettes, works with anything, including the ColourPop formula, are the white handle brushes. So the white handle brushes are now on sale. There's a brush set that's $30. So that's the one I recommend, and that's what I picked out. So I just keep them in a little cup here, and then I have them all here. So these wash out, they wash clean. The stipple brush is out of control. You can just apply your foundation, your cream products, blush, so forth. They work good. This is where I would say spend your money. White handle brushes only, not those rose gold, whatever that little set is. So let me move that over here. There you go. So try that out. There you go. Okay, now for this brush set. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. I know I have the package for this. Here it is. The Morphe Jaclyn Hill. This is the Eye Master Collection. 8 custom eye brushes. So I picked this out at Ulta. Ulta had a sale on the Eye Master and I believe the Face Master brushes. I don't need the face. So I chose these because I have a couple of other Morphe brushes. I actually have a few that I use every time I do my makeup. Every single time. So I said, let me go ahead and try these. I like the shape of them. Some, are tapered, small. And lo and behold, I have a few in here that I consider a must. I went ahead and already purchased a few to have on hand because I like them that much. So in the order that I like are these. This brush here is the JH30. This looks exactly like the Morphe 504. Blends exactly the same. That is the same brush. So if you didn't want it in the set, or white handle, 504 is the black handle. Same one. I use the 504 every time I do my makeup. Eye makeup every time without fail. So that's my favorite. Then the second favorite is the JH34, and these come as singles, so you can just get them as singles if you like. The JH34 is a tapered brush. It's unusual because it fans and then it goes right in. So you have small eyes, you have hooded eyes especially. It gets right into that crease and I mean goes to town and blends and buffs it out. This brush it is absolutely fantastic. Second favorite. Then the third one is the JH35, which looks exactly like the MAC 217. So now you have another option. I have so many brushes that look like the 217, so many brushes, but it's a favorite style because it gets right in there and buffs out and blends, especially if you have hooded eyes, hard, like deep set eyes, so just hard to manage eyes. Also for underneath, it blends out underneath your lower lash line too. So this style works perfect for multiple reasons. You can also use it to blend out, for your contour for your nose. You can use it to spot conceal and buff in. So there's different ways. I never use my brushes the way they're supposed to be. If you haven't figured it out already, I beat by my own drum. I am the black sheep. The black sheep, the black rebel in the family. That's what my mom always said about me. Yeah, I was doing something else. I'm doing something else. Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I always find a way to do something different than what it's intended for as well. Stretch it out and use it multiple ways. So those are my favorite from the set. I recommend the set when it goes on sale. I'm sure Ulta will have another sale. Exactly. Life is, come on now. I'll follow the rules, right? But you best believe I'm going to be trying to see what I can do to break it, right? In the legal way. The legal way. So anyways, I would recommend getting the brushes. Okay, this is it. I always say, wait for a sale. Wait for a sale. And if they don't have a sale, you need it right now, then at least you have the 3 that I said I feel are the top choices. So love it. They're going to say right here. So now I can use the eyeshadow primer because I'm getting ready to go. Like I said, once it touches the skin, it's not playing. So I'm only going to do one eye. It's all I have time for. We'll see what time is it. My son is home. I know he's going to be wanting dinner soon. Yep, 4:30. Okay. The palette that I have been using is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals eyeshadow palette. I'm like, it's not because of the palette, it's because I'm a little tired. So sorry, bear with me. So I received this as a holiday gift, as a Christmas present. I did not purchase this myself. However, I have been using it since then. So this is going to be, my experience. Same as the Blendifuls. This is my experience, my opinion on the actual palette. I did get a lot of questions and so forth, where you're going to get it and everything. So I wanted just to give you a little bit of my experience with this. When this first came out, I know you've seen a million pictures on this. When this first came out with the teaser video, the promo shots, and then the price, I believe the price is $48, $50. This go by memory. I saw the colors, I saw everything, and I said, that's too much money for the palette. Now, the reason why I said that is we're conditioned. We're conditioned to go by, you have an established brand like ABH, for example. I see the price tag, it goes with the palette price, even if it goes up a little bit more. It's an established brand. We know about it. We know the formula. When you have a new brand coming out, haven't seen it, when you haven't seen it, you don't know anything about it. First product coming out, I don't have anything to go by. I thought it was, I go, oh, no, I'm not going to get it. So as I started to scrutinize it and look at it a little bit more, I was thinking, okay, let me see some swatches. Let me see, how it looks on darker skin, on my skin tone. And then you have all the different finishes. But what I thought, well, maybe I'll get it. We'll see. But what got me to say, no, I'm not ordering this. I'm not getting it is because of this row, the sequin row. Now the sequin row is the matte formula with the glitter in it, which is the formula that confuses a lot of people. It's not called sequin, to be honest. That's, I believe, something the brand created, but it's a cute name for it. And it's a tricky formula. It's so tricky because it's a matte formula with shimmer or glitter in it. So you have 2 separate formulas battling it out because there's no binder, there's no filler, there's nothing in it to bind them together. So they're like floating around like that in space, floating around. Doesn't know what to do. So most of the time I pulled this one out, for example, from ColourPop. ColourPop is notorious for this. I almost cussed. Oops, I'm on live. Notorious for this mess. They will use a filler is what I call it shade, the glitter matte. They'll stick that in there. And when you swatch it, it's patchy. The matte formula is patchy as expected because it's a matte formula. It's nothing to bind it to the glitter. And I can't stand it. And then you put these on and then it's just, you go about your day and all the glitter and just floats away. So it's a formula, it's a texture that I don't like at all. Okay, so I said, okay, for the price, here we go. Don't know nothing about the brand. And the whole row is that formula I do not like. I don't want the palette. But it came, it was a Christmas tree. Beauty Santa came. And so I said, okay, I'll use it, right? I'll use it. So let me just go row by row. Again, you've already seen, plenty of reviews about it. But I'm going to leave sequin for last. There's a reason why. The mattes are fine. Mattes are fine. I noticed that how these blend out fast. I feel they do. They're not as fast as Natasha Denona. They are not that fast, but they do blend fine. This shade here, the Aura, this shade really is so light on me that I use that just to set the primer. I don't need to use it to set the primer like for the CoverGirl, you don't need to set it. However, I use it so that I can use up the pan. Otherwise, it's just going to sit there. But that's what I use it for. It's just too light on me unless I start mixing in with the different colors. But I do like the layout of how it is going in that light to dark. It's very, the way you build up your tones, if you start with the light to dark, you're going to see a very cohesive eye and it's easy to blend. So that's how she has them here. The neutral story, the color story, I'm fine with that because, you can complain all you want color, too many neutral palettes. This is what sells. This is what normally sells. This is what people are, this is their safe zone. Some people only want neutrals and leave me alone. That's all I want. I like it all. I'm not discriminating. I like it all. But when I'm in a quick hurry, got to get the butt out the door, certain occasions, then neutral works. This isn't, this is more of a pink-based red, but it's a nice shade. I take a real red and I mix it in with that and I get a really nice look. When I want to deepen anything up, I use the black. I did recall some comments and questions about this black being the deepest, richest black. It is not as deep rich as MAC's Carbon. I know MAC Carbon, grew up with it. That is deep, midnight, blue black, dark. This is not as dark as that, but it's a nice matte. Just wanted to point that out. So the mattes are fine. Now the metallic row is a discrepancy in the metallic row. I can't believe all of it's coming back to me now. It's like I thought I would need my notes. Nope, I remembered. The metallic row is a discrepancy with the formula. Some of the shades work best used with your finger. Others work best with, you can use your brush. It should all work fine with the brush and it shouldn't only be for the finger. So that's my, I don't like how there's a discrepancy like that. Poet works best with your finger. This color here works best, actually both ways. This one, Ritual. That one I feel is the best out of all of them. And then these two kind of, it's kind of here or there. This one works fine with a brush or your finger. Again, finger only. But there is some discrepancies. And then the metallic one, the black one, I thought it worked best too with the finger for the punch. The problem with this formula is, well, there's not a problem with it other than the fact is, different shades are working differently. It's using the term metallic. Metallic, what are you conditioned? You see a metallic formula from other brands, even established brands, and I mean it is a punch, Jack. It is shiny, it is vibrant, it is like sometimes might be chunky. It is a metallic. I want that Tin Man. Who's that Tin Man? Who is he from Wizard of Oz? It was like boom, came out of my head. I want that shine, baby. And so that's what I want when I saw that word metallic. And then when I got that, I was like, are you kidding? No. The formula is more like a satin, more like a pearl to me. That is what I feel it is. So the term metallic, if you're going to use it, better have a punch, So there is some discrepancy there. Now the glitter row is my favorite row because I love glitter. I can bathe in it all day long. Love my glitters. I did not have a problem with any of the glitters. I like the colors. They will go with anything, other formulas, and they work well. Mine have not dried out. I know some people have had issues with it drying out. I've had no problem, no issue. With the glitter row is the row that I feel, and I'm going to teach you this because it's taught differently, but I don't care. This is how I'm teaching you how to use the glitter row. Where's my glitter brush? I work with glitter with a glitter brush. Hi. The reason why I recommend you use a brush is because you want to be able to put the glitter exactly, precisely where you want to put it. That way you don't have to worry about it moving all over the place. You don't have to worry about it falling on your lashes, God forbid falling into your eye. You want to have a glitter brush or a synthetic brush that's going to pick up the glitter. A good glitter formula will come off on a synthetic brush, will come up on a glitter brush. The glitters here work best with your finger. They hardly come on a brush. And that's a discrepancy that I have with it. Now, it's marketed as primarily put it on with your finger. Tati herself has shown in a lot of videos she uses your finger. What's the problem when you're using your finger? Your finger, depending also on the size, okay, press down. You're trying to pat, pat, pat. What's going to happen? It's going to get all over the place. You cannot control precisely where it's going to go. That's when the extra residue starts to fall on your lashes, fall into your eyes. So I would recommend using a brush or a glitter brush, and I highly recommend to use a glitter glue. I always use Too Faced's glitter glue. NYX's glitter glue is fine. Those are the only two I say go ahead and use. Use what you like, whatever is your preference. But use a glitter glue. Have the glitter adhere to the glue first. Have the glue adhere to your lid. Give it something else to attach to versus your actual skin. Then when it comes to removing it, I have a video on how to remove glitter. Take the tape, put it on top of the glitter, go across with your finger, take it off, and the tape is removing the glitter first. Make sure you get as much of it off as possible that way. Then you go on with your makeup remover and so forth. That's the safest way I feel that you should be using the glitter. So that's how I recommend it. I have seen so many videos with this palette, people using the glitter with the fingers and so forth, and I cannot stress, just use the brush. It should be a formula that works good with a brush and a synthetic brush. And if it doesn't, because I have tons of glitter that works that way, then it's not the best glitter formula to me. That's my opinion, my professional opinion. Also, these formula, I know the glitter is infused with coconut and coconut oil, I believe, and some sort of other alternative. I don't recall what other formula is. I know one of these other rows has it in there. But that was surprising to me to see that. And the reason is, Tati herself doesn't like coconut. So to me, and she said it in videos, why have it in the formula? That's like me, who is allergic to coconut, and then I come out with a product and it's got coconut in it. You'll be like, what? What? What you got that in there for? So I was surprised to see that. I am not only allergic to coconut, if I ingest it, you got to take me to the hospital. That's how allergic I am to coconut. So when I first tried this, I was like, oh God, what's going to happen? Because your eyelids is the thinnest skin on your entire body. It's going to absorb, and it absorbs the fastest. So I was concerned about that. But I used my eyeshadow primer. I have my little glitter glue. So good luck, oil, coconut, trying to get through that. I didn't have any type of allergy. I didn't have anything to it. But I just want to let you know, if you don't like coconut, you're allergic to it like that, God forbid you're like me, you're going to go to ER. It has it in this formula. The ingredients is on the website. Go check it to find out what other formula has it. But I do know that the glitter has it. Otherwise, I'm fine with it. I use it still. Now I'm going back to the sequin row because I already said I hate the sequin formula. I hate it. However, I'm giving credit where credit is due. This brand sequin formula has single-handedly got me to like this formula again, but only this brand. I have to admit it, and I cannot believe I said that. The way that this formula is, it is a perfect fusion of matte and a shimmer. And whatever they did to get those two to play in perfect harmony, this has stayed on my finger, gone to my lid, patted in. One of the videos I had where someone had said they liked my eye look, I put some of the Soothe on there, and I had the Story. It looked like a little sunset. It was a sequin, and I put it on top of whatever was lid color there. It stayed that way all day. All day. And I get compliments when I go outside, you know, because a little hitting the little light, you know, bing, bing. I love that. I love binging everybody. Bing, bing, bringing that airplane. They saw the shimmer. Oh, it looks so pretty. I said, the sequin. This formula is absolutely fantastic. Then another thing, I said, let me go check the other matte glitter formulas in other palettes. Like I said, you know, patchy. Here's the ColourPop one. This one down here, which looks exactly like the pink red, the Poet. Okay, looks exactly like it. However, ColourPop's, you swatch it, the matte is patchy. And it's going to look patchy because there's no filler in there to bind it. However, for Tati Beauty, it's smooth and it goes right on. Smooth. It's smooth. You've got the shimmer there, and like I said, it stays there. Now, if you use a brush and you start blending it like any other time, it will the shimmer and all that will blend away, and then you have another matte formula. But sequin is best applied, I feel, by packing it on. You can pack it with a brush, you can pack it with your finger. It, you know, it's not getting all over the place too. I use a very tiny brush to get into the crease too and put that in, and it looks gorgeous and it lasts all day. Single-handedly, sequin. This palette got me to enjoy it. That formula is fantastic. I never thought I would see a formula like that. And she nailed it. So giving credit where credit's due. I like it. And it's fun. When I don't want to go out and put on glitter and I ain't got time for all that, I'll just pop a little bit of sequin. Done, out the door. And I still got that little bit of glimmer going on. So, is the palette worth it? Well, you know what? I would have paid the price for it now. Because like I said, when you see this palette too in person, it looks so much better in person. People's lighting and how they twerk pictures. I gotta work fast. You know, it's just all different. But when I saw it in person, I was like, ooh, this is really pretty. Looks much better in person. So, yes, now that I've seen it and played with it, I didn't put nearly enough on. I like it. Those are just the tips that I recommend you do. Safety-wise, and just to overall get the most enjoyment out of that palette. Okay, see? Dried it, boop, done. I'm going to do one eye. Did I say that already? I'm only going to do one eye. One eye. Okay, so now I'm just going to pack on Aura, like I said, because I don't want the shade just to be sitting there. Not having any fun. Not part of the club. Not part of the club. So just use it. Even though I don't feel you need to set this primer, I'm going to use Aura that way. People with fairer skin, you know, you have your option. You can use it as a brow bone if you really don't want any type of a shimmer. Hope the notifications are coming in on your brow bone. Okay, see, just that's it, which lightens it up and helps with you know, brighter colors if you want to do it like that. Okay, so that's Aura. Then I'm just gonna go like I usually go. I go Story, and then I'll go into Ritual. So the first color, whatever color I want to go into, that's when I grab my 504 brush. I'm gonna go into Soothe. You do get some kick up here. I do not care about that. Just mentioning that. Very easy to blend. See how fast? I hope you can see this. Very fast. Again, not as fast as Natasha. Just doing the trick. Now, I would like to have seen, I know why it's not in this palette. A, there's not enough room. But I would have liked to have seen another contrasting shade between the browns, like between the Soothe and the Rituals. That's when I pull in my neutrals here. This is kind of customized depending on your skin tone. So I go into, because I'm olive tone based, I go into Fawn. That's what I wanted to see, something kind of like that. But then also depending on your skin tone, you might need something else, or if you wanted to have, you know, a peach shade. So that is kind of missing from the palette, but that's my preference because I build up my shades. You know, you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but it's just a recommendation. So then I go into my second brush here. As you start to build up your colors, your brushes should start going smaller and smaller. So I'm going to mix in that Fawn. Another tip for this Blendiful, you can use that if you need to get up and pull up your lid. Oh, that'd be fun to do, olive tones and makeup. I love olive anything, not just because that's my tone. I just love it. It's one of my favorite colors of life. And when I see that tone in palettes, I'm immediately drawn to that. So I was saying is you can use your, you know, if you just, I mean, that's how I use it. Use it if I need to lift it up a little bit to get into the crease more. You can just rest your hand there to use your Blendiful that way. Just flip it over. Okay, that's me. That's what I like to have, that transition. This is just my transitional, but it works on every skin tone, just about the ones I work with. Okay, then I can go into Story. I go into Ritual, which is usually what I do. Sometimes let me just kind of blend this off. And then I'm going to go a little bit into Story. That was a little bit more than I wanted, but kind of put that right here in the center of my lid. I hope you can really see just how easy, and these are the mattes, just really how easy they just blend into one another. So, you know, my first initial reaction is, don't know anything about this brand, don't know anything about the formula. Yes, the price is too much. But, you know, you start to play with it and so forth, and I'm seeing, okay, it's working good. I can use everything, especially that sequin row that I wanted nothing to do with. And let's see, if I wanted to take a red, I can take that Poet. I can take a real red, another red from another palette. You can work and see, you can just be done with it like this. Put something on the lid and be done. I'm just showing you how you can build it up. Just, you know, use it alone, use it with all different palettes. What I like about this too is all the textures in one. I like how it's all there. I ain't got to get up to get glitter. I ain't got to get up to do this. If all the metallics were working, were actually metallic. Sorry, you can hear my son in the back. You really couldn't get up. I really don't need to get up. Okay, now I'm going into the darkest, which is Ritual. Now, Ritual, oh, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. What color is that? Soothe. Soothe is the same color as, to me, I feel it's the same as, I believe it's Saddle. Saddle from MAC, or Chocolate. I wrote it down in my notes. If you really want to know, I'll leave it as a comment. But it's the same color, if anyone was wondering. And then this dark brown up here reminds me a little bit of Embark, but Embark's a little bit deeper. And depending on your skin tone, like that was my also thing, is like if you're much deeper, how were these darker colors? Really only the darker color is probably going to work on somebody with much deeper skin tones. So if you can find other reviews kind of showing these colors out, if you know you're very dark watching me, make sure you can try and find other reviews to see, because I really feel, what is the name again? This is Ritual. If you're very deep skin, using Ritual and Memory are like the only colors, because this is also a thing too when you're watching reviews, because this is what I mean, I'm trained to see this. But if you have somebody very dark and they go into a palette and they have to start at the very dark shades, then you know that palette is not for you. You should be able to have a lot more options, and if you don't, then the palette's not for you. That's just, I'm keeping it real like that. Okay, so much deeper than me. Ritual, I just don't see it working for very, very deep skin. So then I'd be like, no, this palette isn't work it. So just, you know, pay attention. Think about those two. I'm saying this too because I can separate the owner from the product. I can separate the YouTuber from the product. I can separate it like that. I can even be your friend, and that people come to me for that too. They're like, you're going to tell me what I need to hear, not what you think I want to hear. I will tell you the truth. There's no malicious activity behind it. That's just how I feel. So she's got a huge following and people love her, Tati, but even so, I'm going to tell you my opinion, how I really feel about the product, good or bad. And I would hope that they would take the feedback, or she would just take the feedback and, you know, see it as that. There's no malicious intent behind it. That's just not me. I keep it moving. I don't care like that. So see? Blend it out, and you can do the bottom lash line too. I'm not going to do the bottom lash line. I'm just kind of showing you. I am going to put a sequin up, a sequin color, maybe a little metallic too. So I will put on. We'll just stay in the Ritual row. So let me get my flat brush here. What is this? I'm just going to use ColourPops. I'm going to go into Ritual, which is the metallic. Just pick it up on the brush. Give you little tips too here. When you go in with something sparkly or whatnot, leave it on the lid a little bit. I don't usually leave it on that long, but it's just because I'm talking. That's going to help you with the fallout. Don't just go and start moving. Leave it there for a little bit. Really quick, like, it's a second. And then lift up. And that's how it's going to stay and not get all over the place. I'm not supposed to be touching my skin. Virus. Look how pretty that is, that sunset. Now I can make it more vibrant if I wanted to, especially have my little glitter glue. Or put a black base underneath. Woo, that'd be popping. We be popping. Everybody in the club just popping. Now I'm going to go into sequin with my finger. I do. I have it. It stays on the desk. Never leave home without it. Never leave home without it. Greasy, dewy skin. Going in with sequin. I love this one. Oh, so pretty. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're working? Good night. Have a wonderful night. Don't work too hard. Get home safely. Come back. Look at that. Just adds that little pop, little kiss. No kiss. Spread that little finger and go in. That little wet look. Oh, I forgot how pretty that looks when I spray it. She got me. Tati got me. She got me loving that formula again because I absolutely couldn't stand it. Sequin. I'm not going to wear glitter, but I wore a little bit of sequin and it was nice. Got a little compliment. See? Let's put a little bit of the orange on top too. Orange. Just a little bit of the orange. I'll put it right here in the center. A little sunrise. A little sunrise. See, just a shimmer, just that little. You see, I'm giving credit where it's due. I absolutely couldn't stand that formula, and they made a believer in me. They nailed that formula. They nailed it. Finally, somebody did it. Brush, that was the mattes. So, there you go. I like it. And there you go. Now you can put your little liner on. You can do all that stuff. See, I was looking good in that edited video, but Final Cut Pro deleted it. Now this is the spray I was talking about. I feel it's similar to MAC. So I am probably on only a month pretty much of using this. I was going to stick this in the next video so I can have at least, you know, a couple months. But I'll just tell you now, this is the Catrice HD Active Performance Freezing Spray. Long wear, fixing, protecting, hydrating. This is marketed like active lifestyle. You want that post-workout look, all that stuff. I don't wear makeup to the gym, or after you work out, you know, wash your face, you can spray this on. That's what it is marketed for. I see this as more so like an all-in-one. However, I see it as I can use it in place of the Smashbox water. I can use it with, like I said, the Fix Plus. So to me, I see it more like these two together and then a little bit of a dew spray, depending on how much you put on. That's how I see this finishing spray. It doesn't have a cool sensation to it, even though that's what it says. It has a very good mist. Look at that. Fine. So I like it for that. It doesn't have any strong scent. It's affordable. I think it was $6, $7. I got it at Ulta. I like it. And it's something that I would actually pick out again. The more I spray on, the dewier it looks. So you can use it for your brushes. You want to pick up the glitter, the sequin. You want to use it for primer water. You want to use it as a Fix Plus. I see it as multiple functions, and it's affordable. You know, again, Fix Plus it is not in your budget. So there you go. Oh, and I had a lip product too, but I took the product back. So I'll tell you what it was real quick, and then we are done. This video has been way too long. I'm going to pop on gloss, because I'm all about a gloss life right now. But the product I took back, what I was using, was ColourPop's Just a Tint Lip Crayon. I so wanted to love that. You have no idea. I love it when it's in a stick format. I love it. I just thought I could put it on. This smells exactly like the metal rollerball glosses as a child. I love this gloss. Anyways, back to ColourPop. The ColourPop Just a Tint. I couldn't take the smell. I wanted to love it. I thought it was, you know, it had that sheen to it, almost a little bit of opacity. I loved all the different colors. I wanted to get a darn red. The color that I'm getting all those shades. I'm getting all those online. Love this gloss. I got the shade Z Boys. I thought it was going to be a great everyday color. It mixed well with darker lipsticks, giving an ombre look quick. It was just the smell I could not take. It's too citrus, whatever that fruity mess. Fruity. It was so incredibly strong. I smelt it all day long, and sometimes I can actually taste it. So I couldn't take it. So I tried to keep it as long as I could. I thought I was going to be able to, you know, withstand it, but I said, nope, taking it back to Ulta. And I took it back. So I tried only one, and that's it. I'm not going to buy any more. Look at me with my one eye look. What about ABA glosses? I only have one ABH gloss, and their glosses are shiny, very opaque, very opaque. But to be honest, I got a lot of glosses, but the glosses that are rocking my world right now is the Milani. The Milani glosses, I can't put it down. I cannot put it down. This one, I can't put down either. It just feels like there's a cloud, like a marshmallow butt on my lips. Just feels so good. I'm telling you, 2020, I'm living my gloss life. Better than Pat. Okay, this is it with Pat. Pat is like a glass like you've never seen before. Far off in 2072 or whatever. It's the shine is unreal. So it just depends what you want. I love that shine. That shine because, you know, you're out there attracting people. Everybody likes shiny things. So, alrighty, that's it. That is what, exactly, 2072. Woo, watch out. That is it. Everything that, the 2 items that were given to me in PR, everything that I've been trying out, picked up. It was a good month. Good for, you know, for winter, closing it out, and I'm happy. Everything, well, they do. Milani has some good stuff. I have, everything will be listed in the info box. I already have it already filled out. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, additional comments. Leave them down in the comments. And that's it with my one eye as I go make dinner. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That is my aesthetic. So I hope you enjoyed this live. I apologize that it's so long for everybody on the replay. So if you make it this long, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. And that's it. Can I do my ending like I always do? Everybody, thank you very much for stopping by and watching, and everybody watching in the replay, have a wonderful day or evening, and as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye everyone, have a great evening.